Want to create videos that look sharp, polished, and professional without buying a fancy camera? In this video, I'll show you 5 essential filming hacks that can instantly level up your content using just the phone you already have in your pocket. I'll even take you behind the scenes and show you how I set up my own lights and sound when I'm filming at home. So keep on watching, because later in this video, I'll share 5 pro tips that will help you go from this to this. All it takes is a few simple changes to the way you set up your lights in the room. Are you ready to start creating? Let's get to it. Here are 5 pro tips to help you get the best results when filming with an iPhone. Tip 1. Change these settings on your iPhone. Before you start filming with your iPhone, you'll want to change a few settings so you can get the best possible results. Go to Settings and Camera, and under Record Video, choose 4K at 30 frames per second. Then scroll down and make sure HDR video is turned off, and make sure Auto FPS is turned off. Then go back to Camera, and under Formats, choose Most Compatible. And if possible, try to use your phone's back camera when you film, instead of the front-facing selfie camera. The back camera is much higher quality, and it's easier to look directly into the camera lens to maintain good eye contact. Tip 2. Set up your lighting. You'll want to film in a well-lit environment where there's a lot of soft lighting on your face. One of the best ways to do that is to use the natural light from a window. You don't want the window to be behind you, or you'll look like a silhouette. Instead, you'll want to face the window so the light naturally illuminates your face. Here's a demo to show you how it works. So right now I've got my phone in front of a big window. It's right in front of my face. There's nothing blocking it. As you can see, the sun is, it's kind of evenly falling across my face. If I get up too close to the window, I'm gonna have glare, or I'll have shadows on my face, and you don't want any of that. And of course, you also want to think about the background. As you could see, my background's not ideal either. This is not my usual studio setup. I just wanted to show you what it's like when you have it set up this way. And the last thing is, of course, you got the shaky camera thing going on, because I'm holding this in my hand. If it was mounted on a tripod, it would be a lot more ideal. Another option is you could film yourself as you're standing outside. I think that works best when you're in an overcast day, or if you're standing in an area where there's not a lot of bright sun or shadows, because as you walk into the sun, you can see you're going to get shadows on your face. When you're outside, you also do need to think about the ambient noise. I've got wind, I've got noise from the neighborhood. So those are just some of the things to keep in mind when you're doing your filming. The great thing about natural light is that it's free, but to get a more professional look, you might want to use artificial lights. That's what I like to use when I film at home, so I can control the intensity of the lights without worrying about the weather outside or the time of day. Because these lights are portable, I can move them to whatever room I choose, so I can get the best background for filming. You'll want your artificial lights to create a soft, even glow on your face. Generally, it's best to avoid ceiling lights or bare bulbs, because they can cause glare and shadows. If there are any windows behind where you're sitting, it's best to shut those curtains or use blackout shades so you don't come out looking like a silhouette. So what kind of artificial light should you choose? One option is to get a ring light and place your camera or iPhone in the center of the ring so the light falls evenly across your face. You only need one ring light for this setup, and you should put it directly in front of you when you're filming. When I film at home, I use softbox lights instead of a ring light, because I feel they provide a softer, more diffuse look. I put one light on this side of me at a 45-degree angle very close to me. Then I put another light on that side of the room, and also at a 45-degree angle but further away. That way I get even lighting on my whole face. 2 softbox lights will probably be enough, but if you want to add extra depth, you could add a 3rd softbox light right behind you. My 3rd light is right back there, but you can't see it because I've placed it outside of the camera view. The small lamp you see in the camera frame is just an accent light to make the background look more interesting. Here's how the room looks with all 3 lights turned off. Now let's turn on light number 1, light number 2, and light number 3. I'll leave links to all the equipment I've mentioned in the description below. Tip 3. Set up your sound. It's best to film in a quiet environment and use a good microphone. Try to record in a room that has carpet and soft furniture like a couch or bed. These soft surfaces will absorb the sound waves and prevent echoes. If you don't have a carpet, try laying blankets or towels on the floor. The internal microphone on your laptop or built into your iPhone is a good starting point, but if you invest in an external microphone, you can get even better results. I'll play a few samples of my voice recorded with 4 different microphones so you can compare the quality.
Join me as we create my avatar.
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 When I'm filming, I use a lavalier microphone like this wireless mini microphone from DJI. I like this microphone because it sounds great even though it's very small. It's easy to attach to your clothing and it works with phones, cameras, and computers. My DJI Mic Mini is a complete set that includes 2 microphones, 1 receiver, and a charging case, which is handy if you're interviewing someone for a podcast or recording on the go. But they also offer a less expensive option with only 1 microphone and 1 receiver. Both can plug into phones with a USB-C port, and if you have an older phone with a Lightning port, you can buy their adapter. If you want really high quality sound, you might want to invest in an external microphone like the Samsung Q2U. Tip 4. Use a tripod or selfie stick. Remember how you could see the camera shaking earlier when I held the phone in my hand? It's really easy to fix that problem by mounting your phone on a tripod. I have an inexpensive tripod that extends up to 6 feet high, and if you want to film yourself walking, it can also be used as a selfie stick. Plus, it comes with a Bluetooth remote that you can pair with your camera on your phone. The advantage of using a tripod like this is that it transforms your phone into a portable studio. You can move your camera around and set it up in different rooms or even outside as you look for the location that gives you the best lighting and background. Tip 5. Design your background. If you're filming indoors, here are a few things you can do to create a background that works. Remove unnecessary clutter or distracting objects. Try to keep the background balanced. Remember when I was filming in front of the window and the light was good, but there was a large blank spot on one side of the wall. Avoid reflective surfaces like TVs or mirrors. Make sure you don't accidentally display information you'd rather keep private. This is especially important if you're filming outdoors because you'll want to avoid filming street names and house numbers. Use plants, books, and other accessories to add visual interest. Even a plain white wall can work as a background. And before you start filming for real, do a quick test shot to make sure you like your design setup.
Once you've created your video, you'll probably want to share it with others. YouTube is one of the best ways to get your work out there. I've been uploading for a while now, and it's made a huge difference for my business. If you're curious about starting up your own channel, I'll include a link to a free YouTube web class in the description below. But what if being on camera just isn't your thing? In that case, you might want to use a stock Synthesia avatar instead. I have a video that will show you exactly how it works. Just click or tap the screen now to watch that video next.